Hey you guys, it's Jen from Epic. Empower people, empower change. And this is of course the plant-powered health segment. So today I'm going to be cooking some kale and some sweet potatoes, as well as cooked in golden milk, one of my favorite. And some of you are like, what in the world is golden milk? Golden milk is so delicious. It's made from any type of plant-based milk and some turmeric powder. I also have fresh turmeric, but I'm gonna use the powder today. So let me go over all the ingredients though, okay? And so before I start cooking with you guys. So of course, like I said, I have some lovely kale. Yes, I buy it in the bag. Yes, I don't have anybody. They probably do sell it on the side of the street, but yeah, it's already washed. Save me some time. I'm a busy woman. I work full time too. All right, anyways, so I have some coconut oil, some coconut yummy milk, as well as some maple syrup, secret ingredients to cut that bitterness of the kale out. Some cinnamon for the sweet potatoes. Onion powder, black pepper. Actually, black pepper is super important for you to absorb the turmeric. I bet you didn't know that. Now you know. So I have black pepper to go with that, as well as I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil in there. Can't get enough of that fat. These are healthy fats that my family consumes. I'll probably do a segment with just all the oils that I use and all the oils you should stay away from. All right. So besides from the sweet potatoes, like I said, I have some fresh garlic here, which is amazing too for your heart. All right, so with that being said, I do have a wok here, a presto, I think they're called prestos, whatever. Presto wok. You can use a big pot. I've cooked this in big pots. Like if I go places and all you have is a pot, I just use a pot. So, but I was using my wok for that because y'all know, some people are like, oh my gosh, you have so many bags of kale. Let me tell you, if you've never cooked any like green stuff before, like this bag is gonna turn up to be like a handful of grains. And the same thing goes for kale because it cooks down so much. And I'm feeding a family of 5. So definitely have to buy a lot of kale in order to make a meal last for a couple of days because I'm all about the leftover life. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so now we're ready to cook, right? Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to cut a sweet potato to be cubed because my husband thought that some people might not know how to. So I'm gonna teach you how to cube a sweet potato now. Like seriously, but if you really don't know, I'm here for you. Okay, so you definitely need a sharp knife for cutting any type of sweet potato, okay? Because these things are seriously, can be tough to cut through. So the only thing I do, you know, there are like, I think there's like a handy little contraptions that you can buy to cube your sweet potatoes, but I really can't stand chopping things. And ever since, you know, becoming really into plant-based over these past 10 years, you kind of get used to it. Like, you know, like your cooking sessions are gonna last like 2 hours long because you're gonna spend 1.5 hours chopping up vegetables. I'm hungry. So anyways, thank God I only have sweet potatoes to chop up right now. But anyways, so all I do is I go ahead and I slice them like so. Make sure you use safety measures here to not cut yourself. All right, so you just keep going down until I'll cut that one in a minute. Then what I do, I stack them like so. I stack them and then I just go down on them and again. All right, and then if they, like these fell over, but since these are stacked up, I just go 3 ways again, or 2 ways. I cut twice. And there you go. And now I have my cubes that I can throw in here. Like voila. All right, so. And as, yeah, a lot of sweet potatoes. This is probably about 6 or 7 sweet potatoes. They are organic. I typically use organic ingredients, but you know, when you're in the beginning stages of cooking plant-based, just focus on just cleaning your vegetables as much as possible. I'll do another video on segment on organic, what organic means and what conventional means, so that way you have a basic understanding of it. Because what's more important is that you're getting these vegetables in your body. So I don't like make a hoopla about organic. Used to, but not anymore. So here we go, chopping again. Alright, so that is done. So now we have our wonderful garlic. You know, I never understand why people say like, oh, put 1 clove of garlic in the food. You can't even taste this stuff. So I always like, when they say 1 clove, I'm like, 100,000 cloves. Okay, but that's what I'd be like for real. Okay, but anyways, my kids be like, Mommy, it smells like garlic in the house. And I'm like, so wonderful. Okay, anyway, so I recently, like 2 years ago, found out about this. I used to sit there and try to chop garlic up with knives. And then I found out about, totally my garlic just, okay. So I found out about this and I was like, oh my goodness. Whoever created this, you are amazing. Okay, so all you do is take one of your babies and you put it inside of this little, like a little contraption. It looks like almost like a colander inside. And you put it inside of it and you press it down. Hopefully you can see that. And I spent all my life chopping garlic. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. Put more in there, more in there. I hope y'all know I'm a little side crazy. All right, so I'll put some more garlic in there and press it down. It's a miracle. Look at all that lovely garlic. All right. Chop that off. I look like a professional. Okay, so and last but not least, I'm gonna do a little bit more. Just one more clove I have, and then voila. All right, so I have all my garlic. I would just all my life, I'm telling y'all. You really do find out other ways of doing things when you start cooking plant-based health, a lot of plants, because you just have to find something that's gonna make it faster, because it drives you crazy. Okay, so I have my garlic, I have my, some people do wash it more, to each his own, God bless you. Feel free to wash it the 4th, 5th time as you want. You know, there you go. So at this time, what I'm gonna focus on is actually cooking the sweet potatoes. I'm gonna show you basic, simple. I don't use much seasoning on the sweet potatoes because, you know, they're sweet potatoes and they should be sweet, right? All right, so I just thought I was putting sugar on my sweet potato. I was like, are you crazy? You just killed the sweet potatoes. Okay, anyway, so let me just slide this over. And I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna just grab my pan from back here, okay? And pretty much simple. All I do is, I'm gonna go ahead and put my sweet potatoes in the pan. And I just simply roast these. Have that spread out at the bottom. And I'm going to take some, you know, I have olive oil or coconut oil. Either one is definitely good for either, you know, what you want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and use some coconut oil though. All right. And you probably just want to, you want to put enough on there to where, you know, it coats your sweet potatoes. So there's not really measurements here. You just want to look around to make sure that they're coated with some oil lightly, not drenched. You just want to coat it lightly. And all I do is I stir it around Make sure I'm covering, and it does smell good, like, because you have your coconut oil all over this. So good. All right, so here I go. I think this is coated plenty. So, and the only other thing that I put on here is some cinnamon. That's it. So easy, right? So easy. Simple plant-based eating here. Now, I can't guarantee you like what other sweet potatoes. Just make sure you're buying good quality sweet potatoes so that way it tastes good. Because if you buy some bland, especially, see how orange these are? Sometimes sweet potatoes are not colorful, and that's when they're gonna taste like nasty. All right, so just cinnamon, and I sprinkle it. You know how I told y'all in my previous, like, when people be like, oh, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm like, so just pour as much as you want on there, because cinnamon is so good for you. Oh my gosh, it's so good for you. So, it's getting a workout. Some of y'all like this, work. Okay, so anyway, so I'm just gonna stir it around in here. I love the smell of cinnamon and sweet potato syrup. Okay, so, all right, yeah, okay, yeah, I could open up the bottle. I know what you're saying right now. I read your mind, but I'm not. I'm just gonna annoy you by not opening the bottle. All right, I'm gonna do one more sprig of cinnamon all over the place. And it's exercise. That's why I'm using the sprinkler part. It's exercise. All right, so that's all done. Stir that around. It smells amazing right now. So good. Oh my gosh. Wish you were here. Just kidding. I'll feed you if you come to my house. I feed everybody. I make you a smoothie, or I feed you some food. Because I care about you. Not right now, because COVID time. So stay at your house. Stay home, lockdown. I'm gonna look back on this video and be like, this is during the COVID-19 process. Yeah. All right, so we're all good with that. My hand is nice and spicy. So the only thing I'm gonna do at this point is throw this in the oven. I have it on 350 to 400 convection. You can use baking as well. You know, you want to cook them, I would say 45 minutes. You just want to cook them until they get tender. All right, tender, or so good. These are like, if you want chips too, like just raw veggies, it's just so amazing too. I'm telling you. Coconut oil, sweet potato, and cinnamon. Yes. All right, anyway, so like I was saying, so you just want to cook it for, depends on your oven too, 45 minutes, maybe take an hour, just till they're tender. Keep your eye on it, because you don't want to cook the life out of your sweet potatoes. Okay, you just want to make sure they're tender. All right, so going in the oven. Okay, so now let's go ahead and cook our kale. So I want you to watch me closely. Now I will put all the ingredients and stuff on the website, as well as down below in the extra space, whatever they call that area, description. There you go. All right, so again, like I said before, I have a wok, or whatever they want to call this. A wok. You can use a big pot. I use whatever I have available. I just like this because it heats up so fast and I can cook really fast. I don't have many gadgets, kitchen gadgets in the house, because I'm just not about that life. I'm trying to live minimalistic life, but that's totally a sidebar. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is, again, you can use your coconut oil if you want, but I'm just going to use olive oil. Just to begin, so that you can see up close and personal, you have your olive oil. You just want to go ahead and pour that in your wok or your pot. Make sure you get the edges. And like I said before, I love woks because they heat up so fast. Like, it's already heated up. Looks like it's gonna burn me. All right, so while that's heating up, I have it on about 250, 300. And then of course you want to take your garlic and start putting it in there so it can start heating up. All right, the next thing we're gonna show you is putting that kale in. All right, so what I put in the bottom of the wok was some olive oil, and then I heated up my garlic for a little while. All right, and then I just go ahead and I start putting kale in the pan, pot, wok, whatever you're using. All right, and you see one bag of kale is cooking down a lot. So after it cooks down somewhat, I take another one and I start piling it in. So after my second one, this is when I'm gonna start adding in the coconut milk. And that's gonna produce a lot of more heat and cook it down a lot faster. All right, and I do one bag at a time, okay? And I'm patient to when it starts to cook down. So I have 2 bags in here. You see how much it is? Almost filling the pot. At this point, I'm gonna put 1 can of coconut milk in there. Like I said, it's a staple in my house. I love coconut milk. Love it, love it, love it. I don't really drink coconut milk in the, like, for cereal. We use almond milk. But for cooking and adding to dishes, I love me some coconut milk in the can, like the thick stuff. All right, so that's gonna cook down. So while this is cooking down, I take the lid off occasionally and I stir to try to get the bottom cooked leaves to the top while pressing down the fresh leaves that I put in. Okay, kind of keeping all that. Girl, sometimes in organic food you find stuff. I thought this was a bug. I have found bugs in organic foods and I'm like, well, at least the bugs were eating it, they died in the package. I don't care. I make sure I clean that stuff out usually, so especially when I get it from like a farmer's market. All right, see how that's cooking down? So I'm gonna let it cook down a little bit more. All right, so you see inside of the pot is cooked down some more, so I'm gonna take another bite. This is probably gonna get kind of boring, so we're gonna fast forward eventually to like the 4th bag and be done with this. Because you just keep, you know, piling it in. And after like, this is the 3rd bag, I'll put another can of coconut milk in there. And all of its fat glory. Stir that in with my olive oil and my garlic. All right, so I don't know what that big one was. But anyways, so I'm gonna let this cook. Again, you wanna remember to see how this is cooked kale at the top. See all that coconut milk? See that steam? Can you see me? All right, see the steam? So you just wanna pull that cooked kale to the top. And you'll do the same thing inside of, like if you're cooking with a regular pot. Just wanna get all the cooked kale from the bottom. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Alright. So I'm gonna put all of this 3rd bag in here. Alright, so as you see, I have, well, you didn't see because I totally like flip mode on you. But anyway, so I have 4 bags in here. You see this? You see this? Like, it cooks down. That's what I was telling y'all. Like, make sure you buy enough bags for a family. And it's not even done cooking down. But at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna pour in my last can of coconut milk while it's still cooking. Yum. I'm gonna go ahead and put in some onion powder. So I think, I swap my onion powders. I have another one. Yeah, that one was like really challenging. Anyway, so I have the last coconut milk in there, and I'm just gonna sprinkle some onion powder on my bad buzz here. My kids gonna complain that, oh my God, it's onion, mommy. All right, so at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and take about 2 tablespoons of turmeric powder. So this is what's gonna make your golden milk. All right, so about 2 tablespoons. Sprinkle it on there. Now again, kale is very bitter, so you want to sweeten it up. All right, so let me just stir this in here. Turmeric is very good for your body as well. I'm gonna put some information down in the description about turmeric and what it does for your body. Definitely helps with inflammation. So does kale, so does coconut milk, so does everything I try to cook with. Vegetables and fruit are typically good for preventing inflammation. So as that's cooking, the white coconut milk is turning golden. Golden milk with the turmeric. Okay? And what I tell you about the black pepper earlier, it helps to pretty much activate the turmeric. It helps absorption. So you want to sprinkle a little bit of black pepper on there. So you want to get all the benefits you can out of the turmeric. Okay? If I sneeze, I won't sneeze over the food. Alright, so stirring that. As you see, it's cooked down. This is 4 bags of kale. Y'all see this? It's 4 bags of kale. Look how little bit it looks like right now. All right, and I don't like overcooked vegetables, so I'm gonna turn this off very soon. I really cannot stand overcooked vegetables, like with a passion. I don't like them soggy. I don't like them bland in color, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. My hands are so slippery right now. All right, there we go. All right, got all that garlic on the side and onion powder. So last ingredient, maple syrup. If you only have honey, again, remember, this is all health, plant powered base. Health, honey is not vegan. If you're going for vegan, use maple syrup, okay? But if you don't have, if you're just focusing on plant powered health and just eating healthy, you can use honey as well. But with maple syrup, I put about, I'd say about 1/4 cup in it. And I'll put that in the description, about 1/4 cup. Don't want it too sweet, but it makes the golden milk sweet, as well as it cuts the bitterness of the kale. So I do not like bitter kale. And of course, your taste buds might be different than mine. I say 1/4 maple syrup. That's usually good for my family. If you have to put a little bit more, go for it. Now, please don't overdo it and kill the nutritional value by making it super sweet and diabetes. You know, we try to avoid that too, okay? You don't want to put too much in there. So at this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and check on the sweet potatoes because they've been cooking in the oven, right? All right, so my sweet potatoes are done. I use convection ovens, so you know, with convection ovens, everything cooks a lot faster and evenly, and they're so good. They're so good. Cinnamon with a hint of coconut. All right, so as you see, my kale is done like I showed you before, and you can see the golden milk inside of it. So at this point, it's a beautiful green color. I hope you see that. There's like literally no lighting filter or anything on this video. It's so pretty. And the kale, again, you want to add as much maple syrup to make it sweet, a little sweet to your taste, just to cut the bitterness out. Don't overdo it, people. All right, so pretty much for presentation, your stuff is done. But for presentation, some people like to, I like to do this just for presentation. Go ahead and put some sweet potatoes in your pan. especially if you're cooking like for a celebration or something. You can go ahead and make it look party with your sweet potatoes in the middle. And also what's good too is your sweet potatoes will help cut bitterness because you eat it together and it tastes so delicious. So lots of sweet potatoes left, which are wonderful to eat on. And then as you see, you have your kale, sweet potatoes, and sitting in golden milk, and it's so delicious to drink after. Very good, decreases inflammation in your body. This is definitely some plant power. So hope you enjoy. Bye.
Like, I stomach. Little boy.
Mind your business. Nobody asked you for your opinion. Well, you know you do more criticizing than encouragement. How about you be like mommy and daddy, encourage people?
I'm not.
How about that? You got that on camera? I my kids. What? Who y'all?
You turn that stove off.
Girl is hurt like a beast.